It's SwagHer Daily Brief, your daily dose of news that actually matters to us. Greetings, I'm Fancy, founder, publisher, and editor in chief of SwagHer Magazine. And today we're covering three very different stories that all have one thing in common. They're all talking about who gets to belong, who gets to be heard, and who gets to build something for themselves. It's Thursday, May 7th, 2026. Let's get into it. So, story number one. Governor Abbott shuts down a Muslim community EID celebration, and we need to talk about it. Okay, so here's what happened. A local organizer named Amina Knight, an educator with nearly 20 years of community service under her belt, had been planning a private EID Al Adaha celebration at Epic Waters, a city-owned indoor water park in Grand Prairie, Texas. This was going to be the third year she held this event. Families coming together to celebrate one of the most important holidays in Islam and a space with a modest dress code and halal food. Beautiful, right? Well, a flyer circulated online that included the phrase Muslim only language that was later updated by the organizers to say modest dress only and all are welcome. But the damage was already done politically. Texas Governor Greg Abbott got wind of it and sent the letter to the Grand Prairie mayor threatening to yank $530,000 in state public safety grants if the city didn't cancel the event by May 11th. The city caved. By Wednesday night, the event was officially called off. Now, Abbott framed this as a civil rights issue, comparing the original Muslim only language to a hypothetical whites only sign. And here's where it gets complicated. Federal law does prohibit religious discrimination in public accommodations, so there's a legal argument to be made. But let's be honest about the full picture here. This was a private rental of a public venue, something businesses and community groups do all the time. Churches rent out facilities for faith based events, cultural communities hold private celebrations. The organizer already updated the language, opened it to anyone willing to follow the dress code, and emphasized it was about community and joy. Amina Knight said it best. I'm sad that something that was being done with such good intention, just for joy, has been turned into something that is not. My faith is not something to fear. Excuse me. She's also announced that this 4th of July, she plans to host an interfaith Great American Cookout to bring different faith communities together. Even in the wake of all of this, she chose conversation over division. The legal debate will continue, but the human story here is about a woman who just wanted to create a safe, joyful space for her community and was told no. We see you, Amina. My personal thoughts, I would not ever move to Texas under this man. That's me personally. And speaking, let me turn my comments on. And speaking of people who feel very comfortable telling women what they can and cannot do, let's talk about Rick Ross. Now, I'm gonna share the story, then I'm gonna share my thoughts. Hey Ty, Rick Ross is giving unsolicited career advice again, and we have to address it, sis. Look, this is not the first time, and it won't be the last. But Rick Ross has been making headlines again for his very loud, very public opinions on what women should do when they're dating a wealthy man. The short version, according to Rose, if you land a rich guy, you should leave your career behind. Now, this fits a pattern Ross has been very consistent about. This is the same man who famously said he wouldn't sign a woman to his label because he ended up messing with her. This is the same man who has had a very public revolving door of relationships, often with women who are entrepreneurs and professionals in their own right, and who notably ended up leaving those relationships with their careers intact. So let's keep that in mind. And this is also a man who, right now in May 2026, while Black women's unemployment sits at 6.3%, while Black women are being pushed out of the federal workforce in corporate America, is telling career women that a rich man is the solution. Sir, here's the thing. We are not locking love, partnership, or a woman's right to make any choice she wants about her own career and life. If someone decides to step away from their job for their family or relationship, that is their choice to make. Full stop. But there is a difference between a woman making a choice for herself and a man with a microphone and a platform prescribing that women give up their economic independence when they get with someone wealthy, especially when we know the data tells us that financial independence is one of the most powerful tools Black women have. It is protection, it is option, it is safety. So, Rick Ross, who has a new book coming out this month called Renaissance of a Boss Notes from a Creative Awakening, is clearly in a reflective mood. Here's a thought. Maybe some of that reflection should include reconsidering what kind of messages he's sending to Black women who look up to his hip hop culture for validation. To every career woman listening, your job is yours, your bag is yours, your independence is yours. Do not let anyone, no matter how many Wingstops they own, convince you otherwise. My personal thoughts, though, now, I just might quit. But I would rather some type of agreement, like as long as the house is taken care of, you can do what you want. When I hear something like that, then it might be my cue. But I don't think that, just to say that blankly, just for a blanketed statement, that's appropriate. And now we need a palate cleanse. So we're going to talk about something that genuinely made me smile. Story number 3 is Kevin Hart just crowned a new comedy king, and he's from Detroit. So listen, if you have not been watching Funny AF with Kevin Hart on Netflix. First of all, where have you been? The 8-episode comedy competition series just wrapped up its first season tonight, and the winner is Ron Taylor, a 34-year-old Detroit-born comic who has been grinding on the stand-up circuit for years. Here's what I love about this story. Ron Taylor didn't just come out of nowhere. He was already a paid regular at the legendary Comedy Store in Los Angeles. He had already been hand-selected by Bill Burr for Comedy Central's The Ringer Showcase. Was a man who had been doing the work for years, and a platform finally caught up to him. The show brought together 43 comedians from across the country, but put them through the real-world gauntlet of stand-up life. Brutal open mics, bomb sets, rewrites, big stages, all judged by heavy-hitting panel, including Keegan-Michael Key, Tom Segura, Nikki Glazer, Chelsea Handler, and a surprise appearance by Chris Rock. The finale aired live with the global audiences voting in real time. Ron Taylor beat out Caitlin Palafo, Usama Siddiqui, and Reg Thomas in the final 4. Kevin Hart called Taylor poised, polished, and now positioned to be a face that we will be seeing for quite some time. As winner, Taylor earns his own Netflix stand-up special, which he's already said he'll title Elevate. I love that. He'll also appear as a special guest at the roast of Kevin Hart this Sunday, May 10th. Detroit to the world, baby. We love to see it. Congratulations. And now for our promotion of the day. Before I let you go, I need to put you on to something at SwagHer Magazine that you do not want to miss. Why is this thing going so slow? We are bringing you Live with SwagHer, our exclusive interview series where we go deep with the women building empires, leading movements, and changing a culture. We're not talking surface level conversations. We're talking strategy, real talk, and the kind of access you can't get anywhere else, except on CEO Chatter Live. Now, we do go a little bit deeper there. You can lock in your seats for just $129.99. Head to SwagHer Magazine to grab yours now. And you're actually going to head to our email. You can email us at advertise@swagher.net, or you can reach out to us at swagherpr.com. And don't forget to shop with us. We have plenty of products, digital products, services, do-it-yourself stuff. And that is today's SwagHer Brief, May 7th, 2026. This segment has been produced by Arnya T.M. Davis. Thank you, Arnya. I appreciate it. And again, we are sponsored by SwagHerPR.com. See you guys tomorrow. And before I forget, my source is WFFA Dallas Fort Worth. Grand Prairie cancels Muslim event at Water Park under pressure from Governor Abbott. CBS News Texas. What else? I want this to go faster. Fox 4 Dallas in Fort Worth. I'm sorry, Dallas Fort Worth. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I gotta speed this up, guys. Let me see. Rolling out. as well as the Shade Room, because we watched the video on the Shade Room, the 19th News, and Deadline Hollywood, Netflix Tudum, Urban Hollywood, and that's it. So peace and blessings. See y'all tomorrow.